Hello everyone and welcome back to another brand new Motogp 24 career. Now today we are off to Barcelona, one of my favourite tracks, so really hoping for this episode that me and the KTM can finally try and maybe get that first one. We came so close last time out in Le Mans, just didn't have that last 1 or 2% to overtake Jorge Martin in the main race. This weekend, sprint podium, sprint race win hopefully is kind of the goals, kind of podium or wins is kind of where I'm at really now with this bike. I want to start getting big points each weekend. We're not a million miles off in the championship. If we could kind of make a statement from here and kind of pull forward, it's kind of on the horizon maybe, because it seems at the moment a lot of people are crashing. Had a pretty decent Friday, pretty comfortably in the top 5, and yeah, not top KTM unfortunately, that went to Pedro Acosta. But yeah, it was still pretty decent. Pecco and Marc Marquez came through Q1, which I found quite interesting. In Q2, temperatures dropped, very much overcast and cloudy, and it struggled a lot for the KTM. I was much slower, couldn't generate a lap time even. Tried to get a toe off Maverick, but in the end it was no avail. We had to do so many laps and I just couldn't activate the tyres, and we qualified P9, so what was looking like a really promising weekend has slightly been left down by our lackluster qualifying once again. So it's been a decent weekend so far really. Qualifying was just a bit of a letdown. Felt like I should have went a bit quicker. Felt like a lot of people found speed that I didn't. Seemingly struggled in the cooler conditions, which is a bit strange because I felt like there was a lot less grip in the heat of Friday, and we seemed to go quicker than that, so not too sure. Maybe the less grip I can rotate the bike more or whatever, but hotter temperatures again. It's going to go cloudy in this sprint by the look of it, and tomorrow looks to be beautiful conditions, so we're going to give it our all in the sprint. Our sprints have been terrible really this year, so let's see if we can make a change. It's been one of our worst qualifyings for a while. Let's see what we can do off this line. Not a particularly good launch, not great. Long run down to turn 1 as well. Very aggressive into 1, we need to be. Our front, Pedro Acosta has a long lap for this sprint. Be eager to get ahead of him immediately. We'll drive out of turn 2. Been a good start. End of lap 1, for half a second between us and Oliveira behind. To be fair, we've had a decent opening lap, good few positions gained. Let's see, can we get onto the podiums? My goal for the sprint is just get to top 3. Oh, Pecco slid out. Ironically, he crashed at that corner in real life in the sprint this year, which promotes us into P3. We go after Jorge Martin. And Anea Bastianini, of course, in the lead on the Aprilia. Seemingly dropping Miguel Oliveira as well, which is good. Oh, Anea Bastianini's now done it! What a lap this has been for my sprint. Gone from P4 to P2, all in the space of 6 corners. We lost in Le Mans in the main race, Jorge Martin. Pretty eager not to let that happen this time. Last sector is where we are weak. Don't have the natural turning I need. Oh, I do not believe it. Jorge Martin, we've even gone wide. Jorge Martin's gone over the limit into the very difficult turn 10. And now we lead the sprint for surely the first time all year. Just seeing the lap time we did on the last lap, it's actually half a second quicker than we went in qualifying, as well as our fastest lap of the weekend. So just shows these conditions, as the clouds are starting to roll in, are definitely better for our bike. Oliveira and Marx have gone. This is really turning into a messy sprint in turn 10. They were gaining a lot in this lap. I'm 1.2 seconds slower. I'm really just backing the speed off. And I just thought I'd flash the two of them on the back of my screen, as they both have lost the front now in turn 10. So Jorge Martin somehow is up behind me after crashing, so let's see if he catches me. We're not going to push until he kind of gets to us if he does. as I don't want to go over my limit, but we're going to just try and keep a steady pace for the remainder of the sprint. Anything really, it's a bit silly that Martin's even in the sprint. Crashed and probably should have retired there and then. But now it's putting me under pressure for this win. Don't have a lap. If I can just stay ahead the remainder of this lap, I think it should be okay. But it's going to be from turn 10 where he crashed, the final corner where I'll imagine the attack will come. Oh, saying that, up the inside he goes, there's contact. Oh, pressure him down into 10 where he's already gone down. Most such mistakes this lap. Through that last sector, he's absolutely gold dust. Last lap time, barring mistake now, he's gotten it again. Which is a bit ridiculous considering he's already crashed, but yeah. Fortunately, he hasn't made the same mistake twice. Looks like Maverick did, but saved it. But we've been kind of robbed here just by the fact he's crashed and not lost any time. So you can see 37.5, that's just ridiculous lap times from him. So again, even in the main race, unless there's a mistake from him, I don't see myself having that sort of speed. So overall, good result, only 1.6 off the winner, but just disappointed really in how it went. Should have won it really after his mistake, but just didn't feel like I needed to push that much harder when he was out of the race. But of course he was only like a second and a half, 2 seconds behind, and as soon as he gets onto me, lunges up the inside, and then he's just way too fast in that sector, so there's nothing I can do about it. But again, good points gained. Pecco finishes 8th, again only 6 seconds off the win. We really need to do something about the crash times, because no, I don't crash really. I crash in practice a lot and I make my time up there, but in the races I do my best to keep it on 2 wheels, and I don't seem to gain the benefit of them crashing and losing as much time, and they crash a lot as well, so it's very frustrating. But still need to take the positives. Still good race, good speed. I just need to maybe be a bit more instinctive in the main race, and hopefully there's a bit of a tire drop off and I can come to the front.
Members are out on the track ready to welcome the top riders in this fantastic sprint.
So after a bit of reflection, really good sprint really. We started 9th, we finished 2nd, we could have almost won it. We need to take the positives. We beat Pecco, beat Miller, so we really need to think of the positives there. So main race now, pretty much consistent temperatures throughout the race, which is suiting us, I think. I just need a really, really strong opening lap to get up to the, see can I get to the front. I know Martin, Pecco and Enea Bastianini probably have better race pace, so we're going to struggle for the podium bar any mistakes from them. But as we saw in the sprint, they do make mistakes. Let's go. Not had a great weekend in terms of starts, or year really. You have to get a good one. It's an okay one, not great. But we are very aggressive into one. Bullied a small bit. Somehow Augusto Fernandez outqualified us. Didn't see that in the sprint. Up the inside of 2 potentially. Nicely done. Miguel Oliveira was another one who had really good speed. Pretty much had good speed all year. But as well, he was another one that fell in the sprint. First crasher of the race, Vinales. And it is of course the tragic turn 10. Bastianini is taking pole to the lead again. We want him to go and stay on it this time. Pecco set off after him with a real good strong speed here. Again, you can just see Jorge Martin has just rolled up to the back of me in this sector. This looks like we're slow to everyone really, because even the Aprilia leapt away from us. But we are kings on the brake. Heavy braking especially. What's going to be a warning for Oliveira? Maybe not, maybe he didn't touch it, but he was all over the inside curb. Switcheroo if I can. Oh, as we come off the curb there, we got a warning. And a big snap of oversteer. Up to the podium positions we go. Oh, I don't believe it. They've both crashed. We've now been gifted the lead of the main race, and let's not make the same mistake that we did yesterday of trying to be too predictive. I'm going to risk crashing in this race to win it. Not too sure how Miller and Bashnini are under investigation. Not a warning. Brilliant. When Bashnini was in the gravel, unless Miller joined them. Last lap of the race, 38.6. Not surprising when everyone in front of me has fallen. I'll be surpassed pretty easily, I'd imagine. Another fast lap to me. It's up to a second out to Miguel, so it looks like the race pace on Sunday is more achievable for me. As always, we are running the softs, where I think other people go the harder tire for the main race, longer distance, as they should. And the offset just helps me out slightly in the main race. As our fast lap still stands, Harringer Martin, third with a warning. Cost is down now into turn 10. So it's going to be pretty much the most of the race, I'd imagine. I was just checking in anytime someone's crashed in turn 10. Another lap, another fast lap to me. 38.5 rather. So we're running kind of podium speed for the sprint here in the main race. That's where we have the gap up now almost at 2 seconds. I keep at this speed, I can probably do this pretty much for the rest of this race, provided we don't have a tyre drop off. Demolished the fast lap again, fastest of the race by far. Now we're just back to pace off because I'm overheating my front tyre and my front brake quite a bit, so probably going to just drop it into the high 38s if I can, because I just feel like maybe we're asking a bit too much at this tyre at the moment. 2.8 is the gap. I think we can just kind of give up 3/4 tenths a lap at this moment in time. Miller is the next one to go down, so turn 10 for Marshalls, that's all I'll say. So I'm just starting to think, can we put a title punt together just by doing well in Sundays? Because clearly Saturday is not our day. We're having a lot of issues qualifying. We're qualifying consistently in the top 10, but that's not really enough for most sprints. I know today we showed that we could have won if we maybe were just a bit more cute. Someone else is down turn 10 at this point. I'm not too sure. There's so many people have crashed. Oh, Rins is out. Oh, F. Bagnaia. Francesco Pecco Bagnaia is out. So that's going to be us potentially up into second in the world. Martin still stays in P3, so that'll keep him comfortably in the lead. But we're going to well beat Miller in the championship. A little challenge where we need to beat him over the next couple of rounds. So that's good for us, of course. But yeah, can we have a mediocre Saturday and a good Sunday and win this championship? Because we're not crashing, like I said a while ago. And Martin and Pecco are doing exactly what they always do, showing unbelievable speed. And then throwing out scenery a couple of laps later. Now the fuel load is coming down. Don't really put too much load through the tyres, so I'm starting to keep my speed up to 5 seconds. So it looks like if we can get to the front on Sunday, which we have done in the last 2 races, we are fairly dominant. Martin, who now has dropped to P4, Mark Marquez has passed him. Doesn't look like he's anything in race trim for me, which is good to see. So yeah, what can we do on Sundays? Can we win a title by just doing what Pecco does and wins on Sunday? Mark Marquez crashed out of P2. Made a mistake there looking at the graphic. Fortunately, it's promoted Martin back up into P3, so it'll be ideal if he's not on the podium today for me. I need to gain the points back at him. So a quick look as well at that consistency on the right side of the screen. 38 after 38 after 38. Oh, well on for another one here as well on lap 9 of 12. This point now is just see can we do a whole race at 38, which is the goal really. It looks like we have the win pretty much in the bag once we don't bin it. It's the exact reason here now is why we just left Honda. Wanted to bring Honda to the top, back to their glory. Fortunately we couldn't do it. They just weren't willing to change with us and kind of give us a platform to build. And we see now, as we're about to take our first win, one more lap for us and KTM to take our first victory together. Is it on a crash in turn 10? Alex Marquez this time. At this point, it's not even a surprise, it's just a matter of who it is, really. Been an almost perfect race for me today. We could just find something over one lap in terms of 1 lap speed just to be up there with them. Our whole weekends could just be a lot better. Just starting at the front, wouldn't have to stress the bike so early in the race. Wouldn't have to put as many risky passes on the opening lap. That's definitely a goal for the rest of the season. It's just maybe figure out race starts as well if we can. Not too sure if there's much we can do. That's more of a development issue, really. But as we come into turn 9, final time, just need to negotiate the dreaded turn 10 for the last time. Got the gap up to 5 seconds, and then we just backed the pace off, managed it, jumped into the 39s. Not needed to go any faster than low 39s pretty comfortably all second half of the race after we kind of got the 5 seconds. It was kind of the perfect margin in case we did get a long lap. We ended up with 4 warnings. Taking nice and gingerly through this last sector. Short shifting, keeping the bike nice and calm. Into the final corner we come. It's going to be a victory for us and the Motogp factory. P1 in Barcelona. So Miguel Oliveira on the Satellite Aprilia rounds out P2, and Jorge Martin manages to bring it home in P3. So overall, a decent weekend for me. Good results in all sessions, really. Slightly disappointed by qualifying P9, but at the end of the day, we got a P2 and a P1 out of it, and we can keep that up. We'll do very well in this year's championship. And speaking of, up to P2 in the championship now. Too many points at the moment between me and Jorge Martin, not going to lie. Especially if he's going to win the sprints, I'm going to have to do a lot on Sunday to bring that points deficit down. So by the time we kind of get to midpoint of the season, I'd want that down to 25, 30 points really. So each weekend now in the main race, the main goal is to beat Jorge Martin. And I wouldn't be surprised after us beating Jack Miller now, will he be our main rival in the team development.
3 podium finishers have just arrived. The winner is over the moon, and quite rightly indulging in a few celebrations with his team. We're picking up again live from the track where the top 3 riders have just arrived on the podium for the trophy ceremony. We've seen a very exciting race, and these riders deserve all the love from the fans.
So a massive bank of resource points there. The reputation has gone so up in that one. Managed to get our first podium in the sprint. We've got the race win, of course, and extra objectives of a GP victory as well. And of course, we have done the main objective as well, finding the right pace. So let's see who is next. I bet it's going to be Jorge Martin. It's my teammate. So the humiliation, I imagine it's just dominate Brad next few rounds. Should be pretty comfortable to do, to be honest. We've had his number pretty much since Qatar. So yeah, let's see how that one goes. So if I can basically beat Brad at Mugello, I'll have extra swinging power, we'll say, when we get to the Mugello test the Monday after the race, which is really, really good. So we're going to end it off there. We are looking really good this year for a good tilt at the championship. So let's hope we can keep up this good form, keep up the race victories, and keep up especially getting the podiums in the sprint. That's going to be very critical for my title run in. Anyway, that is enough for today. Hope you have enjoyed. I will see you in a future MotoGP 24 Grey and White episode. Thanks for watching. Slán go fóill.